talking, lots of walking, maybe a bit of fighting, maybe something witty, probably not. Are you serious? Not a single one of these has done any damage. Interesting. There's a bunny in the water! There's a bunny swimming and... I'm just gonna walk away from that weird rich bunny. Hello, bunny! That is a ninja bunny. Hello, bunny! Ah, this game, I tell you. It's still technically Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day for another 17 minutes. I did nothing to celebrate Valentine's Day. I have a bar of chocolate in my bag, which I bought 3 days ago, and I might eat that on principle, because why not? But eating 70% dark chocolate this time of night will probably keep me awake, so I might have to wait till tomorrow morning and have it with breakfast instead.
I don't like you. I think you're a heretic.
I think you're an idiot.
And so...
Kill. Oh, he stole the horse! I was hoping for the bloomin' horse! Fudge. Came home, snuggled up, watched the rugby. England won! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We thrashed the Italians' asses. Which, you know, I can take very little credit for it, because I'm not exactly a big rugby supporter, but, you know, small victories. Very non-Valentine's-y.
Down with love.
Oh gosh, I don't think any occasion would persuade me to play Honey Pop. So, Skyrim, you know, because nothing says sexy other than a mage robe and a giant battle axe. Oh yes, they are really. They're the sexiest things. Like nothing like being covered in a cowl from head to toe. You know, you've got to get that proper like hooded, covering your forehead thing. You know, covered. You know, if you're not wearing heavy armor, you have high dexterity. So in the bedroom, oh yeah. A cowl. That's kind of like it's a hood. It's a hood worn by monks and priests, and presumably robes, not actually wearing a cowl. Although that sounds like a reference to some level of some very, very silly magics.
So here's my plan.
Okay.
We're all cows.
Oh, let's see if we can't find an outfit that suits you.
She's so rude. Good gods. Bloody rags. I can tell her them. That's perfect. She's complaining about what I'm wearing and I sell her bloody rags. Goes to show. Goes to show. 1 gold short. Finally. You can be less of a bitch, because I just sold you some bloody rags and you accepted it as a proper purchase, so go live up your own.
There's a name for you ladies, but it isn't used in high society, outside of a kennel.
I don't know how I'm always encumbered. I genuinely don't. I mean, if you actually look at what I actually have on me, I'm not carrying that much. Look at all my books. Oh, there's so many books. I love it. Okay. Hey look, I'm unencumbered. Oh, that's so very nifty. Sorry, I was just laughing at Blue Sky Blackbird, who said the mother died on screen, and I swear the voice actors were so bloody annoying half the time I wanted to strangle them all. You know what? If you're tired of voice actors, you should watch the Sleeping Beauty, because after about the halfway point in that film, neither of the leads speak.
Hello, friend.
Again.
What are you hunting?
Aurora and I think it's Prince Philip. Like after but by the time they get to the like midway point, I swear the voice actors died or something. Yeah, well I love reading actual fairy tales, like actual the Brothers Grimm and all those sort of stories. Old school fairy tales, they are horror films. I am not exaggerating. I am not kidding in any way, shape or form. They are actually full-blown horror stories. Cinderella involves the ugly stepsisters having their eyes pecked out by pigeons. It features the ugly stepsisters cutting off their own toes to try and fit into the glass slippers. Obviously, Sleeping Beauty has the undertones of rape, not to mention a bunch of other slightly creepy things going on. This is a librarian quest, guys. I'm finishing up a librarian quest as my last Skyrim streaming well. While talking about stories. Isn't that perfect? And then, obviously, Rapunzel grows up in the tower, knows nothing of sex or drugs or anything like that. But drugs don't really come into it. And when the prince visits the tower, obviously, she's a naive young girl. Suddenly her dress doesn't fit properly, so the witch throws her out into the desert, where she has twin boys, I believe, and raises them on her own in the desert, having had sex and not known what the consequences of sex would be, because she grew up in a tower. The prince climbs up the tower to try and find her, and then gets tossed from the tower by the witch, and in doing so blinds himself on some thorns, and he wanders the desert for years, not knowing anything because he's blind, and believing that Rapunzel's dead. And then eventually she finds him, and she cries into his eyes, and removes the thorns from them, and they live happily ever after, having had a teenage pregnancy, which, you know, all of that drama. And yeah, that one's a new and exciting story for those of you who didn't know it. I hope that auto-saved. It's killing me, that's where it is. Whoa! Die again because I'm not concentrating. Something. To be honest though, dying on a loop is probably the perfect way to end this particular arc of Skyrim. I've completed a librarian quest. I've been encumbered. I'm just going to let myself die on a loop continuously during this outro. Thank you for watching. There's going to be a little break from Skyrim. I know it's my oldie and my favourite. It's my go-to game that I play all the time. But I realise that quite a lot of you are quite bored of it, and I really want to play some Pirates of the Caribbean more often. So what's going to happen is, instead of playing Skyrim 1 week and then 2 weeks of a new game, I'm going to be playing Lego Pirates of the Caribbean 1 week and then 2 weeks of a new game, and then Lego Pirates of the Caribbean and then 2 weeks of a new game. I feel like I'd make more significant progress in Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. So far it's been ridiculously fun, and so on and so forth. And I'll come back to Skyrim by and by because I do really, really like it. But I feel like maybe that's a game for me to play in my own time and not to stream, because my gameplay doesn't necessarily apply very well to streaming. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for hanging out. As I said, I do this every Sunday evening, 11 till 12 GMT, mostly later. If there is a change to the schedule, I will tweet it at Jen. But I'm very, very, very dead. Very, very, very dead. I wonder if there's like an achievement for the number of times you can die, because I feel like this loop would definitely get me there. On that note, thank you for watching. See you all next week for another Gaming Sunday, and tomorrow for a daily vlog on my YouTube channel, and all of that malarkey.